Okay. Okay, well, welcome everyone at 6 o'clock. My name is Tracy Irby. I am the director at the Center for Women Entrepreneurs. Happy to have so many of you online tonight. This is always a great training course, and we have a lot of people joining in. So, for those of you that aren't familiar with us, we are the Center for Women Entrepreneurs at Texas Women's. We are part of the larger Jane Nelson Institute for Women's Leadership at Texas Women's University. The Institute is dedicated to preparing more women to take on successful roles in business and public service. It's three specialized centers: our center, the Center for Student Leadership, and the Center for Women in Government, ensure women have the education to establish careers as successful executives, skills for building entrepreneurial businesses, and the framework needed to run for public office. So our center was actually founded by or started in 2017. The state legislature funded us to help promote women entrepreneurs anywhere in Texas. And we do that by helping through small business advising, network and training, grant programs. So we're so glad all of you are here with us tonight. Donna Lisa Stinyard is also on, and you have probably seen emails from her. She is our associate director, and she'll follow up after this event tonight. So welcome to our grant winners and everybody else that is attending tonight. I do want to go around the room though first for our grant winners. If you can tell us your name and your name and your business and just very quickly what you do. So we'll know who's in the room and then what you're getting. If you could let us know too what you're getting with your grant funds. So I'm going to go through the list that I have. So if you're here, go ahead and unmic at that time and I'll go through our whole list. So first I have Jessica Hernandez.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Jessica, and then my partner is Yesenia, and we are JY Textile Solutions. And we are getting a heat press for shirts and for hats, and then also some other materials for our leather company. So we're pretty excited about that.
Great. Congratulations. Thank you. All right. Pamela Baker.
Hello. Hi, everybody. I'm Pamela Baker. I am the CEO and owner of Masters of Motion Logistics, parent company Core 4 Productions. And what we do is we automate all of the processes for the trucking industry. So we have a application that we're working on and developing that will automate the pre and post inspection process for truck drivers. And we also are working, what we sent out for the grant is for the marketplace to help our truck drivers bring all those goods and services to us, but to also help them have healthier eating choices, help them with appointments and health types of things that they need to do on a daily basis. So thanks for being here, and thanks for letting me speak.
You're welcome. Glad you're here. Stephany Winston.
Hi, my name is Stephany Winston, and my business is the Winston Homestead LLC. And we essentially teach life skills for this grant. I'm really, really excited about it. We'll be teaching our community to grow their food hydroponically. So with the $5,000 grant, I'll be purchasing a retired ambulance and then refinishing it so I can go from school to school to teach these classes.
That's great. Thank you. Catherine Graham. I think she has said she might not be able to attend or be on time. Tara Rhodes.
Hi, I'm Tara Rhodes. I'm the founder of the Sanity Plea, where I serve as a coach, speaker, and educator for the legal industry primarily. And with my grant funds, I'm going to be investing in some video audio equipment to create educational videos and marketing materials for my business.
Great, thank you. Sarah Oliveras?
Hi, good evening, everybody. I'm Sarah, like Tracy mentioned. My company is Dawn's Harvest. I'm the owner and co-founder. So what we are is an urban farm and micro nursery based in San Antonio. We're developing a vacant lot currently in actually my neighborhood, low income food desert in San Antonio. And the grant funding is going to be used to purchase a greenhouse for our lot. So that way we can grow additional fresh produce and plants to be able to sell and give out to the community. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Pooja Patel?
Hello. Let's see if I don't know if my camera's on. I don't know if you guys can see me.
I can see you now.
Okay. Hi, my name is Pooja Patel. I am with Clove Family Dental here in Flower Mound, Texas. I am a general dentist, and I am really excited that I got this grant. I say thank you. I opened my office about a year ago and have been wanting to take a continuing education course to start incorporating more aesthetic medicine into my office. And this gives me the opportunity to take a Botox course to start providing more therapeutic as well as aesthetic benefits for my patients. So thank you.
Great, thank you. Demira DeVoyle, and I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Hi, it's Demira DeVoyle.
Demira.
Yes, Demira, yeah. And well, my name is Demira DeVoyle. I'm the owner of DeVoyle Trucking and Logistics Company. And with the grant, I will be purchasing another semi truck for my company. Thank you. Thank you guys so much.
Oh, you bet. That's great. Okay, Lauren Dunlap. Is Lauren on? Okay. And Cecile Wright.
Hi, can you all
Does
hear
that-
me?
Yes, did I say
Okay.
that right, or Cecily?
Yeah, Cecile. Yes, ma'am.
Cecile. Okay, I had it right the first time.
Yeah, so I'm Cecile, right? So many people call me Cece. So if anyone feels more comfortable calling me Cece, that's perfectly fine. I am the owner of Neil and Nettie's Grocery, located in Houston, Texas, where we will be launching next year. I named the grocery business after my great-grandparents, who were once sharecroppers here in Texas, and then moved to Oklahoma and owned and operated their own grocery store. So I'm just continuing the legacy that they started so many years ago. So with the funds from the grant, what we're doing is we are going to operate from a vacant lot. And in that lot, we'll have a community garden as well as a mobile meat truck. So we'll be using the funds to help start that community garden, get all the materials that we need for it, as well as the marketing and so forth for the business. I think that's it.
Great, thank you.
Thank
Wow, it
you.
already seems like some relationships can be made with others in this grant cohort. So welcome, everyone. For all of you that are online, feel free to share your business in the chat as well, so everybody else knows who's here as well. We're going to get started because we have a lot going on tonight, and then grant winners at the end. We'd like to just spend a few minutes with you with all those fun things, paperwork and things yet to come. All right. Well, I am so happy to introduce our speaker for the evening. First speaker, Stephany Compton is an academic librarian at Texas Woman's University. She holds a Master of Library Science and Bachelor of Arts degrees from TWU. She worked in the corporate environment in systems and data communications and owned her own small business before working in higher education. She is the MAC College of Business Library Liaison. She graduated from Leadership Denton and the Texas Library Association's Tall Texan Leadership Institute. Her passion is access to education and educational opportunities for women. Stephany, I'll turn it over to you.
All right, I'm going to share my screen and make sure that everybody can see that all right.
I've also put the link to Stephany's presentation in the chat. It does have some clickable links, so if you want to follow along, you can do that.
So what I'd like to cover is just some of the basics of everything you probably need to know in order to research a company or to look at an industry. So I know a lot of you are in agriculture. So the Department of Agriculture is going to be one of the government sites probably to look at too. The North American Industry Classification System allows you to do research on that particular industry. And with that, you can search in Google, or you can search in databases, or you can search anywhere really based on those codes to get information. And Yahoo Industry has a really interesting site in that you can actually look at different industries and look at the different sectors to see what's happening. And so with that, just know that depending on what you're looking at, you can get kind of up-to-date information. It's a snapshot. So just know that it's available and it's at no cost. The Department of Labor Statistics has lots of things on in terms of different industry reports. And I don't know if any of you are looking outside the United States, but the World Fact Book has information on each country. And when you look at it, you can search by country and get information that is current from the State Department, from the government about what's happening in a country, and there's more than just economic information. So it's kind of a nice snapshot of a country if you're looking to do business. With finance, I find that Yahoo Finance is an easy, quick way just to kind of get a look at the market and see what's happening, what's in the news. I know tonight we have a lot of political things that are probably going to pop up with all of these free sites. The information, yes.
Okay, can everybody see that?
Yes.
So we'll just move
Can you
ahead.
see the second slide? Can you
Yes.
see the second slide? I'm just making sure I got it moving right. Okay.
So we kind of talked about starting with industries and looking at those numbers in order to move forward and doing research. There's an awful lot of information in the industry outlook that's free. You'll find things that do have a price, but just know that if you keep scrolling and looking around, they provide all kinds of free information. Just, it's really unbelievable. Yahoo Industry, same sort of thing, that you have lots of access to quick snapshots of what's happening in a particular area. And yes, you'll get a copy of everything. And all of these are clickable links. So the Bureau of Labor Statistics offers lots of industry reports. And if you're looking to do business with other countries, the World Fact Book has great information. So we'll move forward. And we'll look at finance. And just know that I use, when I'm doing research and helping people, Yahoo Finance is a really quick and easy way just to get, again, a snapshot of what's happening right now with things, with the news. So depending on what your business is, you may want to see what's happening in the market, what's happening in an area. Is there something you can take advantage of? Just a good quick look at things. The World Bank, again, if you're doing world business, easy way to look at what's happening there. And they have lots of open resources. And I use Investopedia just because it's an easy way and it's open and free to be able to explore all kinds of things about finance. We'll go forward. So Data USA, and there's a video and there's another thing on YouTube. We're not going to look at those tonight. If you'll just click on Data, can I click on it? Data USA? I think you have to click on it. Now we're going to look at the one up at the top. We're not going to look at the video. We'll just look at the link. Yeah. See if it'll let us go there. And if not, just know that you can get all kinds of wonderful demographic information. You can enter a city and look at everything about it. And all of the data is coming from the census. And so you'll be able to get again a look at an area, a community. You can compare them. So my example that I was going to show you was about Denton, and so you can look at Denton as a city, or you can look at it as what they call a PUMA, which is a public use microdata area. We used to have metropolitan areas and other kinds of ways that an area would be looked at in terms of demographics, but you can look at the businesses, the education level, you can look at all of those kinds of statistics. So Data USA is one of my favorites when you're looking at a community. And we'll advance. So everybody uses Google, but sometimes it's hard to get what you want from Google. So these are just some basic tips, making sure that you put things in quotation, that you can add years, that you can add multiple things, that you can look at particular sites, and you can add PDF or .gov or .edu if you only want to look at something which is specific from those areas. The 10 tips is something that you can watch again on your own time, but to be able to get some additional help in making sure that what you're getting from Google is what you want. So know that Google tips are there. We'll go forward. So the Chamber of Commerce is one of the best resources in terms of being able to look at communities. So as you're looking to grow your business or expand or to just add new services, the Chamber of Commerce is a great place to get information. The link to the Denton Community Guide, I don't know if we click on that, if we'll be able to see it. And if not, just know that that has, again, a whole booklet produced by the Chamber. So again, looking for contacts, looking for information about the community. And the other chamber I was going to show you was the Austin Chamber. And they have links to all kinds of resources for small businesses and entrepreneurs, and links to things beyond Austin in terms of the state. So know that your local Chamber of Commerce will have information, and if they don't, it might be one of those things you might recommend. So we'll go on to the next. And public libraries have all kinds of information and databases and resources. And depending on the size of the public library is what kinds of business resources they have. I've put links to all of the public libraries. So there are 2 slides with public libraries from the list of the people who were selected as grantees. So just know that the reason these have been selected was based on who got a grant. So every other community has a public library, and each one of them has different types of resources. So these links, when you click on them, will take you to a business resource if one is there, or simply to the main library. We'll go to the next slide. And so with that, know that there are all kinds of guides from libraries. So the business guides link will take you to all kinds of resources created by librarians everywhere around the United States that have anything to do with business. And you can also put in any topic when you're searching. You can take the word LibGuide before your topic, and it will bring you up all kinds of resources. So you'll be able to identify help. Looking at the different people that were doing community gardens, you'll find information by adding that. So just know that there's an awful lot of information and resources that are free that have been identified and are qualified kinds of links that you might find. If you're not going to be able to access all of the materials there, but at least you'll be able to identify what you want. So we'll go on to the next slide. So this is an example from the Denton Public Library, and they have a section called Business, and you'll see that at other public libraries. If we advance to the next slide, one of the ways that, again, you can get information about your community is reference solutions. And so that particular database, will advance to the next slide, has links. So it has been purchased by a company called Data Axle, and the links here will take you to tutorials. So you can simply watch how to do that research when you're looking at it. So you can look at a different part of your community. You can search by a population, you can search by a zip code, you can search by a type of business that you might want to put in. You can see how many other businesses like that might be in your area. But each one of those have links so that you can explore them. All right, we'll go on to the next slide. So there are multiple places where you can get additional help. So know that LinkedIn Learning has all kinds of different topics on everything about business. The TED Talk link will take you to TED Talks on business. And the Khan Academy, as you scroll down, there's a whole free life skills area. So all of these resources, again, if you went to just basic TED Talks, you could look for TED Talks and life skills, or TED Talks and community gardens, TED Talks on different kinds of topics. So sometimes you just need to be motivated or inspired. So it's a good place for, I need a little pick me up today. I need to hear somebody say something really positive. We'll go on to the next slide. And open access. So there are all kinds of books. So OpenStax has a whole business collection, and these are textbooks. They're been written, they're vetted. OpenStax is at Rice University and has been doing textbooks like this for over 25 years. And so their business collection is really strong. And there's not only business, but there are other topics. So depending on what else you might want to look at, but again, they're all free and open to the public. The directory of open access books, again, search for marketing. You get lots of open books that you can look at. The OER Texas repository, the state of Texas is committed to open educational resources for all citizens in Texas. So no matter what your topic is, there are resources there, and you can select by level. So you can not only look at things for adults, but you can look at things for children. And for those that were doing the life skills, I have a feeling you'll find some materials there. And the ebooks link is a link from one of my web pages. And it has, again, just a lot of links to where you can get open courses, open ebooks. So know that there are lots of free resources that are online that you can access. We'll go to the next slide. So government sites, we were going to click on some of these, but that's not working. So not to worry, you can look at these. But the census data has all kinds of industrial reports. So you, again, can get a snapshot. And You can look at the Census Quick Facts where you can compare city and county demographics. So again, an example I had was from the city of Denton and the city of Corinth, just to be able to show the number of businesses that are there, the different kinds of demographics in terms of who lives there, the education level, all kinds of things that you get from that quick facts. The Department of Labor also offers economic data. So again, as you look to grow your business or to see where it is, the Department of Labor has that. And then the Industries at a Glance is a really easy place to just look again across all industries. It gives you boxes of the different industries where you can look at them and select which ones you'd like to select to get, again, more information on your industry. The next one has some more government sites. So again, more links to the census data, and just know that all of those things are updated at different times. So economic indicators, they're going to be really quick. So depending on what they're doing, their newsroom with facts has different things. The US Census Bureau has really done a good job of providing really accessible kinds of information compared to what it used to be. So these links will all take you to something where you can actually see an icon, see something, see charts, see graphs, be able to click within that, and then have it go deeper into the resource itself. Go to one more. And Texas has resources, and I know that as part of your program, you'll be looking and getting help from the Center for Women Entrepreneurs, but these are some of just of the basics from Texas Business. So quick links for those. And then there's me, and I'm always happy to help. No matter what your business is or what you're looking for, I'm happy to research to see what I can help you with, to find resources, find other states that are doing similar things. And when I heard about the different community gardens, I know that there are a number of resources for those that I have discovered that I'm happy to share with you. And again, happy to answer any questions and be available for you.
Tracy, did you see any questions in the chat? I was with the screen share. I didn't have as
No, I did not. Does anybody have any questions? When it comes time to do your business plan, research is usually a part of it. So then you'll want to think, well, these were some great resources here. Stephany will get this to us in a format that you guys can open, and you will get her information tomorrow as well, as soon as the video is ready to be sent out. You'll have her contact information, and Stephany, when you're not busy, if you can just put it in the chat as well. Okay.
Thank
If
you.
there are no more questions, thank you, Stephany.
All right, thank you.
All right. So I am going to talk to you next about business planning. And can you see that full screen? Okay. Okay, great. So I'm going to talk about business planning and resources for your startup. Get that. Okay. So business planning and resources for your startup. So as you know, we're at TWU. TWU is the first officially the first woman-focused university system in the United States. They were founded in 1901, so we've been around for quite a while. We are part of the larger Jane Nelson Institute for Women's Leadership, and I did a brief introduction of that at the start of this. But there are three centers, our center, the Center for Student Leadership, and Center for Women in Government. So if there's anything we can help you with, we're always glad to, and so are our other centers. Our center was funded in 2015 to facilitate economic growth among women in Texas. And we do that through funding the grant programs, free small business advising, training, networking, mentoring opportunities. We work with the community students and do research as well. So what we're going to talk about is writing a business plan, and why should you write a business plan? Well, there are many different reasons. And for those of you that are grant winners, a business plan is part of what you need to get completed for the second half of your funds. So why should you write a business plan? Well, first and foremost, it provides a clear roadmap for your business. Where is it that you are going with your business? It helps with strategic planning. What steps do you need to achieve your business goals? It gives you direction and a way to get there. It helps with an operational focus. It defines operational goals and guides day-to-day business operations for you. If you're looking for funding, it's really a requirement for most investors, and some of them don't want a business model canvas for funding. Investors and lenders typically require a detailed business plan to evaluate the viability of the business before providing funding. There are grants, as you know, and loans that are available for small businesses as well. Other reasons you want to manage your growth and development: it helps with scalability. It assists in planning for expansion, scaling, growing the business, milestone tracking. And this could be something as easy as figuring out when your business is going to be profitable, or what is your break-even point, or when can I quit my day job and just go with my my business. So there are many different things that can help you when you're doing your business plan. It also helps attract talents and partners. If you're recruiting people, this is something they could look at and see what your business is all about and if they want to be a part of it. And if you're looking for a partner, strategic partners, they can see the potential of the business. So it's very important to know the different times that you should do this. Other reasons you want to write a business plan is it can help mitigate risk. It helps identify risk and develop strategies to mitigate them. Contingency planning. It also enhances communication. It can be done to your team members, to those that are interested in your business. External communications clearly communicates the business vision and strategy to stakeholders, investors, and partners. When you should write it: when you're starting a new business. It really helps with initial planning. Where are you going? What is your business about? Many times in the beginning, entrepreneurs aren't clear and possibly going in too many directions. So it can help you really hone in on what is important and what your business is going to be about. And it can include your mission, vision, and goals. And if you're, again, looking for financing, it's necessary for attracting investors, funding and investment, bank loans as well. If you're introducing a new product or service, sometimes you started and you were just doing one thing in your business and maybe you're going a little different direction. So it's real important to have this information. It includes a market analysis and marketing strategy. So some of the marketing analysis can come from the resources that Stephany had just helped us with. Development costs. It helps in budgeting and securing funds for product development. And if you're wanting to expand into new markets, it's useful for knowing what those markets are like. You're going to do research again into these before you go into it, and scaling those operations. There are many different sections in a business plan, and many times you don't have to use everything that is in there. We use the Live Plan business plan template, and we'll go over that in a little bit. But most of these start with the executive summary. But this is the very last thing that you're going to do in your business plan. And the reason you do it last is it's going to summarize all these other things that are in your business plan first. So in the beginning, you're going to want the company description, ownership, structure. What is the problem we're solving? What is it that you're doing that nobody else in your industry is doing? And how are you going to solve it? You're going to need to have market analysis in here. So this would include both primary and secondary. And when you get this video, you'll get the updated list from Stephany. Organization and management, service or product line. What is it that you are selling, or what is your service that you're offering to people? You want to make this very clear in there so anybody reading your business plan will know exactly what your business is. And then what are you going to do for marketing and sales? How are you going to promote the business? How are people going to find you? So you're going to put that section in there as well. There will be a funding request in it. What is it for? What is your investment? The funding request is very important, and you really want to know what it is. You don't want to just say, I need 250,000 and not really know what you're going to do with it. Somebody who is looking to fund you is going to need to know each and everything you are going to purchase with that funding. And then financial projections. These are all based on assumptions. Many times we think, okay, my business is brand new. I don't know what these sales are going to be. I don't know how to determine it. That is what assumptions are, but they are based on real numbers. Let's say you had a bakery and you knew you wanted to sell cakes. So you would put those in there, cupcakes, cookies, the different things, and about how much they would cost. And that helps you come up with your financial projections. And then there'll be an appendix in there, and that can be anything that doesn't go anywhere else in the business plan. It could be resumes, it could be a lease, it could be a franchise agreement. So many different things could go in that area. So these are the basics of what goes in a business plan. Now we use Live Plan. It is an online business plan template. It's pretty easy to use. They have a video before each section telling you what should go in there. They also you're also able to change the template if this is something I don't need in there. You don't have to include it in your plan. They also have a very large business plan library that you can look at as well. Many times, as we're trying to figure out our business and going, we may be overthinking it. And sometimes, if we just look at another business plan, it's like, oh, okay, now I get it. It can really help you hone in on what it is you're going to do with your business. And who knows, one of the other ones may give you some ideas that you didn't think of at that time either. These are some of the things that will help you as you go through your business plan, help you with your business. The top one, of course, is determine whether you can make money. Not all businesses are successful, and many fail within the first 2 years. This is why this is so important to you. You want to figure out how you're going to acquire customers. Where are they coming from? This is where your market research will help as well, so that you know you are targeting the right customers. Work out the execution details. Explain why you are the right match for this opportunity. This is where you can tell about your history. What is it you're doing differently in this industry than somebody else? You want to forecast your cash flow and funding needs that you're going to have the first year because it's very difficult. Sometimes you may not make any money in your business for several years, so you want to make sure you are prepared, and the business plan helps you do this. You want to have a compelling executive summary, and then you want to review and export your plan. And once you do that, have somebody else look at it. Maybe someone who doesn't even know what your business is, and see if they can read that and know and understand what kind of business it is that you're having. I know sometimes even in our grant applications, when we're reading them, we we aren't 100% sure what that business does. So it's always good to have a second or third set of eyes look at your business plan before you send it out to somebody. Pay close attention to these things. So you really want to know who your customer is. Many times I hear, everyone's my customer. Well, no, not really. So you want to think a little more on this and pay close attention. This is what this is where knowing your ideal client really comes into play because it helps you determine who you're marketing to. It's going to save you a lot of money. Sometimes we see people start out and they just start advertising on Google or Facebook without really knowing who their customer is. And they're really just wasting a lot of money and not reaching the right customer for their business. You want to do research for your specific industry. Again, Stephany can help with this, and if it's something specific, you can reach out to her and she can let you know if she has anything related to those. But it's really important to know your industry, who the players are. You also want to understand who your competitors are. The competitor isn't always the person who is doing exactly the same thing as you are. Many times they are people who are taking that same dollar away from you. Let's see, maybe you have a clothing line and you have a boutique and you think only other boutiques are your competition. Well, it could be from the home seamstresses, it can be from Walmart, it can be from many different things or businesses that are taking that same dollar. So you want to make sure you know who both your direct and indirect competitors are. You want to use realistic business numbers. We often see this in through the years advising clients, we'd see sometimes they come in, I'm going to make $1 million my first year. Well, I have advised hundreds, well, over 1,000 of clients, and I have never seen one person make $1 million their first year of business. I can't say it's not going to happen, but lenders and others are always very skeptical when somebody says this because starting day one, nobody knows who the heck you are, and it could take them a while to be able to find your business and really know what your numbers are. These are so important. And if you're ever talking with a banker, if you're ever in a pitch competition, anything like that, they're going to ask you all about your numbers. What is your break even? They may want to know some of these ratios, and it's very important for you to know these. We've had a woman in one of our accelerator programs that had been in business for 7 years, and she had never done her numbers. She'd never done a cash flow. She didn't do anything and understand what the numbers were for her business. And after she did it, she was so surprised. She's like, I understand now why my business wasn't making money. So if you don't understand your numbers, it's really hard in business and it's hard to know when you're making a profit if you aren't keeping track of these. You want to fund your business. There's several different ways and there's different steps. So you want to be careful when you're doing this. You don't want to be going to the wrong people in the wrong stage and possibly getting a lot of credit hits, which can hurt your business. So, a startup, many times you're going to look at possibly your personal savings, credit cards, your friends and family, angel investors, could be crowdfunding. I heard recently that women are really, really good at crowdfunding, and I've heard it's because they can tell a story. Um, Grants and competitions, these are great ways to help you start your business. Of course, grants and competitions, they have to be considered a windfall. There are so many different ones out there, and there's a lot of competition. As your business is growing, maybe next year at the growth stage, you need some seed capital. Here, you may want to look into venture capital, possibly partnerships, convertible notes. As you're getting into the expansion stage, private equity, factoring, bank loans. As you're growing even more maturity, there it could be some late stage venture capital, refinancing, strategic investment. And then when it comes time to leave your business, and of course, you want to be thinking about this from day one, what you want to do with your business. Do you want to pass it to family? Do you want to sell it? Do you know what do you know what you want to do in the future? This helps. And then when it comes time for your exit planning, you could do an initial public offering, mergers and acquisitions, buyouts, but you will be prepared when you know what it is you want to do with your business. So, what do lenders look for? Credit worthiness. That's probably one of the top things that they look for. They're going to look at your financial statements, and these are the three that they're going to look at: your income statement, and some call that the P&L or profit and loss, cash flow, and a balance sheet. They want a business plan, so you want to make sure that's very complete. You've looked it over, you've had somebody else look it over. Collateral. What do you have? Is there an investment in your business that you've already put in there? Are you buying property? Do you have something that you could put up as collateral? They're going to look again at the cash flow and revenue. Does it make sense? Are you going to make enough where you can pay this loan back? So they're going to be looking at those. Your debt to equity ratio, and then your business experience and market conditions. So you want to make sure you put in your business plan your experience in the industry that you're going in, or if it's reliable on somebody else, make sure that you put their resume in there and experience, and then of course whatever the market conditions are at this time. Many don't realize that this is based on your personal credit when you're first starting out, because you would just have limited business credit, if any at this time. Risk assessment, bankers or those that are funding you want to make sure that they're going to get their money back. There will be loan approval in terms. It helps them understand what your financial situation is right now, and it helps build trust that your personal will relay over to your business as well, your business credit, and take care of that. Personal credit and business credit are two very different things. They are ranked differently. So your credit score could go anywhere depending on what, if it's a FICO score, TransUnion, Equifax, any of those, they all have a little bit different thing. So your credit score could run anywhere from 300 to 850, and I've seen now some may even go over 850. For your business, it's rated a little bit differently. Here you will have a paydex score, and it is different than your personal credit score. And these will range from 0 to 100. So starting out, you may not have any. You could be 0 to 40, and your business would be considered high risk. 50 to 70, you're about a medium risk. You're growing your credit. You don't have a very long history, perhaps, but it's growing and it looks good. And if it gets up to 80 to 100, you're considered low risk. You've been making payments, you have history over years. So those are things that lenders will be looking at. And as you start out, how do you establish business credit when you're brand new? Well, the first thing you want to do is get a business bank account. Don't ever commingle your personal funds with your business. So you want that business bank account, get an employer identification number or your EIN. You want to, many times you can start out with local suppliers and vendors. And of course, you want some that are going to report that credit. It could be somebody that you're buying um, in, we have near us Uline. A lot of people buy packaging and things from them. So things like that you could use to help establish business credit. Sometimes they'll give you 30 to 90 days to pay, some not that long to pay. So you want to work with them. Are there service providers that you work with? What about retail and wholesale distributors? I am buying clothing from them. I'm buying automobile parts from them. Are these companies that you're working with? These can help you start establishing business credit. And then, of course, you can get a business credit card, and that will help start growing credit in the business name. So there's some tips on establishing these trade accounts. You want to research your vendors. You want to look for vendors that are reporting to the credit bureaus. And when you're setting up these accounts, especially when you're new, see if you can negotiate some favorable payment terms, 30, 60, 90 days, something that suits your cash flow. When you're first starting out, it's very difficult if people don't pay you for 30, 60, or 90 days. But if you could have terms on what you're purchasing like this, that you don't have to pay on day one, that can really help your cash flow. You want to start small, start with smaller accounts to start building that positive payment history before moving on to larger accounts. And you want to make sure that you always pay on time, ensure timely payments to help build that credit up for your business and build those relationships with suppliers. And then maintain communication. Keep an open line of communication all the time with suppliers, especially if you anticipate any payment issues. I made this big sale, but I have not gotten their check yet. It's supposed to be here on Friday. If you can find things out like that, that can help you when you're establishing trade accounts. Crowdfunding is another way as well. So with it, there are different places you can get funding. Kickstarter is one of them. Indiegogo, Patreon. I've listed quite a few different ones here. You're going to get this slide as well with some of the resources here. Here's some more Texas veteran, minority, and women-owned business resources, business licenses, SBDCs. SCORE has their own section for women entrepreneurs. SCORE 33 networking groups for women business owners. There are also some venture funds and accelerators for women. Here's a couple of those. If you're looking for interns for your business, Join Handshake is a site that you can use where you can get interns from different schools. It can be paid or unpaid. They do not want any interns, though, going to people's personal homes to do business, though. There are also lots of grants in different ways for funding. I Fund Women is one of them. NerdWallet has a very large area with 47 different women-owned business grants there for small businesses as well. So these are all some of the things that you need to think about when you're setting up a business and putting together a business plan and then trying to find financing or funding to help grow your business. So are there any questions on any of this?
So you did have one from Pamela. She asked if it was recommended to include an exit strategy as part of your business plan.
It can be helpful to put that in there, especially if you're looking for funders would really be happy to know if you want to sell it or or some what you plan to do in the beginning, or if you're if you just want to pass it on to family, that may look a little different. It doesn't have to be in the business plan. And again, it depends where you are in the business and how you think you want to get out of it. One thing I didn't mention in here that's in a lot of the presentations that I do is as a new business owner, this is especially important for you. Get to know a banker. Don't just go to a drive-through and never meet anybody inside. You must develop a relationship with a personal banker. And this was never so important as when when we had COVID and people were trying to get loans for their business. They didn't know a business banker. They had never been in. So as a business owner, it's really important to start developing relationships like that. You could go in and just ask some questions. You could let them know about your business. And maybe they aren't even a lender yet, but they know you. You keep coming in. And when it's time, they'd be a great one to approach. Let me go
Thank
this
you.
way so I can see you guys.
On that, and thanks, Tracy, on that same idea, a board of directors. And so maybe a banker having that type of relationship would be one of the people that you can invite to be a part of your board of directors, and like a CFO. And I saw someone here put they're an accountant in the chat. And so those types of relationships help you to build your board of directors. But maybe you can kind of touch a little bit more on kind of the role and the benefit of having a board of directors. And is there a better time after you've been in business, new to business? What are your thoughts there?
Again, it's all up to individuals and where you are in the business. If you really starting out, you may not have that, but you could have mentors as you're starting out. Is there anybody in your industry that you could tap into? Know that competitors can be a great resource for your business as well. And a lot of times people think a competitor, but maybe your strategy is a little different. Maybe I was trying to think, what is it, Stephany? You have the truck, you're getting the new truck? Or yeah, maybe she couldn't make a run. And Pam, I know your business is a little different, but maybe I could give it to this person. So there are ways and people to start with right from the beginning. Others say have a bail team, which is your banker, accountant, insurance agent, and legal. So I mean, there are different things, but as you're growing, you want to be careful too that you aren't getting too many people and not working on the business. You want to really make sure you're doing that. But then there are resources. Again, none of you are alone. And I think many times as entrepreneurs, we feel like we're all alone. Here I am working at home day after day. I don't see anybody, but there are a lot of free resources out there for you. Obviously, we have events. A lot of people have events for entrepreneurs or things you can get out and go networking. Maybe I want to go work at a co-working space one day just so I'm around other people, or go to mixers and in networking as well. So make sure you take time for yourself as you're growing your business. And it really helps entrepreneurs be around other entrepreneurs because then you start feeding off each other or you realize, oh, they're having the same problem I am. Many times in our programs, we hear people say, well, my business is different than everybody else's. True, but you still need marketing. You still need to know your numbers. You still need, so there's really more in common with all of you than many times people think about in business.
So Nyla Joe's iPhone wants to know, once she finishes the business plan, where do I send it or take it, and what type of doors will it open?
Okay, so I would think when you first start it, take it to some friends and have them look at it. Does your business make sense? Have them take a look at your numbers as well. A business plan isn't just for other people, it's for you as well. And you should look at it at least once a year, and go through. Business changes over the years. Maybe you're focusing on one thing, but all your sales are coming from something else. It's time to make a change. Think about how many people never had a business plan or thought a pandemic would happen and never had a plan. Well, whatever their business plan looked like, they had to change it back then. So make sure that you kind of take a look at it too. And when things are changing, take a look at it. So when you're wondering who to take it to, I'm not sure if you mean who can look it over. Obviously, any of you who has one with us, you can ask your business advisor, you can ask someone to look that over for you. If you're looking for funding, you'll take it there. You'll find some of the other people that would be interested were in the slides, and you'll get the slides to this as well, where you can see different places that you do it. But most of all, it is for you and how to run your business.
Ashley wanted to know, how do I develop the business plan?
Well, if you use the live plan business plan that we have, any of you, and if you aren't a grant winner, feel free to send us an email. We'll put the link tree or the email to send that to. Can request one for it. And as you go through, that's how you're going to develop it. It's going to have the different sections in there, and there's videos in there that tell you what type of information will go in there. That is when you'll start doing the research on your industry, etc. That is how you are developing your plan. Okay, I saw some others in here, but I'm not sure if they've been answered or not.
They have been. The only other one is, if you'll just clarify, Adrian wanted to know if she needed to be an LLC to start a business bank account.
No, you can be a sole proprietor, assumed name, DPA, it can be a corporation, a PLLC, any of those. But when you go to a bank is going to want two forms of ID, or I'm sorry, proof of business registration. So it could be your DBA, LLC, you could include an EIN, a sales and use tax permit, any of those. They want two things typically to show that you are truly in business to open a business bank account.
And I think we got all the other ones in there, Tracy.
Okay. Well, anytime if you have questions, please feel free to reach out. Christina Mortel is our small business advisor, always glad to help with anything. And as you're developing a business plan, if you feel like you need someone to help you, or I'm having trouble with the numbers or determining them, you can get help. Again, we have small business advisor. I saw somebody in here use a SCORE. Small business development centers. There are resources all over the place that can help you. Okay, I see Julie's. What would be a good credit card when starting out? I don't know all the different cards out there, but many times it might be easier when you already have a relationship with a bank. So if I had a personal Visa through someone, I would try that same company, same bank or place for a business credit card. Life Plan, if you went on your own, would have a fee, but we give it to you for free. We purchase seats that we can put you in. If you're truly interested in starting a business plan, send us your email. It's no charge to you. You will always have access to it. If it's not active, we only have so many seats. We may make it go inactive, but you can reach out and we'll make it active for you. And if you're working with SCORE or somewhere else and they use Life Plan, we can transfer it over there for them.
I think I got them all.
Okay, great. So they were coming. I'm not sure what the past ones were. All right. Well, I hope you found this helpful. Again, if we can help any of you with any of these tools, we're glad to assist with that. For all of you that are grant winners, if you will stay on, we will go through and discuss what your next steps are. Donna Lisa, do you have anything for the rest of the people online before we say
So
goodbye?
next week we will have Rebecca Smith from the Rebecca Smith Law Firm on to talk about business entities, and that's it.
All right. Well, thank you everyone so much for being here. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Stephany, thank you. We enjoyed having you.
Thank you, Stephany.
All right. And our grant winners, if you'll stay on.